So guys, are you able to see the screen? One of you please confirm. So Pravalika, please be mute. Can you self-mute it? And then whatever the questions you have, whenever you have it, you can unmute and you can start speaking, or you can put that in the chat window. Okay? Thanks, Pravalika. So just that we don't have a disturbance, I made up this arrangement. Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining for today. Welcome to day 12 of performance testing. So today we're going to demonstrate the tool. Okay, we'll start working on the tool. We'll start looking at how the scripts will be generated and what's going on. Okay, but before I start that, as always, okay, we'll just have a quick recap as to what we have discussed yesterday. Okay, so before I get started, guys, there's one point which I wanted to bring to your notice: assignments. Okay, so there are very few assignments. Okay, very few assignments which have been submitted. Okay, very few submissions. So I was expecting a little more. Okay, this is what I can tell you guys. You're spending close to 1.5 hours to 2 hours in the class. Okay, so you can make the complete advantage of this class only by doing assignments. Okay, without hands-on, there is hardly you can learn anything, guys. So it will be there. It's more like your RAM. This information will be there, and then in a couple of days everything will vanish away. So only if you do the assignments, then that's when it goes into your hard disk, or it goes into your disk, which means that you can go and get it at any point of time. Okay. So guys, I've been pestering, I've been pleading, I've been giving you the importance of doing the assignments, but still only few people are understanding it and doing it. Okay, keep this take this very seriously and start doing the assignments, guys. Okay, and I wouldn't get anything out of it. I'm just requesting only because you have spent money, you're spending time, you're spending efforts. So to make the maximum out of it, it's better you do your assignments. Okay? Whatever the submissions I have done, please mute yourself, guys. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So, well, today after the class, whoever have submitted the assignments, please stay back after the class. I'll be reviewing your assignments. Okay? So not only today, okay, you have an issue, you stay back, I'll help you out. I'll walk you through the assignments, and you have submitted, stay back after the class, I'll review the assignments. Okay, not only today, that is applicable every single day. And today is the last class of this week. Okay, so today is the last class of this week. But however, we have a weekend class. This will be, I've already told you, it is 9:30 p.m. EST, okay, Eastern Standard Time. That will be Saturday night for you, okay. And yeah, for people in India, it will be at 8 a.m. IST Sunday morning, okay. So the topics that I'm planning to cover is the test plan. I'll give you a brief overview, okay, as to how a test plan looks like, so that in case if they ask you in the interviews, you should be able to talk. And in case if they ask you to prepare a test plan in a company, at least you will be in a shape to understand what all the sections that you need to add. And then I'll be giving you the template as well. Okay, template of the test plan. You can use the same test plan in your projects. And workload modeling, little advanced. I wouldn't say too much, but little advanced. Okay, in the interviews, they will give you some situations saying that, this is the NFRs that you have received. How do you go about and do the workload modeling? So for those situations, okay, I'll have you walk through the workload modelings for those kind of situations. Okay. So yeah, This is the agenda. It might take 1 to 2 hours in the class, so don't expect too much of time. So maximum is 3 hours, but I don't think it will take 3 hours, but we never know. So probably 2 hours is what I think it will take. So okay, coming back to the recap, can somebody tell me what is that we have discussed yesterday? What is that we have discussed yesterday? Wonderful. I like the WLM. People are started using the term WLM. You are sounding like a performance testers now. Okay. So workload modeling. Okay. So what is the whole purpose of WLM? What is the whole purpose of WLM? What is the whole purpose of WLM? Okay. So what is the whole purpose? What is that you get out of it? I mean, the final output. The final output. Okay. As some of you said, it's a calculation of the pacing. The pacing is the output of it, and also the breakdown of users or concurrent users. Okay. Breakdown of N. We already know what is N. Okay. The concurrent users. Okay. Across the groups. We already know what is groups. Okay. We already know what is groups. Okay. That's the purpose of workload modeling. Okay. Now, is there a formula? Is there a formula for calculating the pacing? Is there a formula for calculating the pacing? Wonderful, Shraddha, wonderful. The formula is Little's law. Okay. The actual Little's law is what? N is equal to the systems with the think time. The systems with the think time. Okay. So X multiplied by, okay, response times plus think time. Okay. So the adapted version for performance testing or for calculations of workload modeling is what? The adapted version for performance testing is what? N is equal to X multiplied by, okay, script execution time, which is RT plus ZT. I will continue to say RT plus ZT plus. I want to hear from you. Plus pacing. Yeah. There's only one answer from only one person. Okay. So this is the adapted version. So using this, we have calculated the pacing in the last class. I've given an assignment and the workload modeling that I've done. Okay, if somebody has not received it, please let me know. Okay, I've sent you both the documents. Okay, the workload modeling that we have done in the class. Okay, done in the class, and also the assignment that you're supposed to do. Yeah, the assignment that you're supposed to do. So that's what is about yesterday, guys. So let's get started today. So the very first time, okay, we'll start looking into the tool. Yeah, we have randomly opened the tool here and there, okay, but the very first time we'll be opening the tool now and we'll be seeing what it is. Okay. So virtual user generator or VUGen. Okay. So let's start understanding the panes. Okay. So let's start understanding the panes. Once you open the VUGen, this is how it looks like. This is how it looks like. Okay. When I said panes, this one is a pane. Okay. So this one is a pane. Okay. So this one is a pane. So by default, you have 3 panes that you have. Okay. So we can start understanding. Okay. So how these panes are arranged, that's what is the layout. Okay. So how these panes are arranged. This is one pane, this is another pane, this is another pane. How these panes are arranged. So that's a layout. Okay. It's a layout. So how you in your house, how do you arrange the different furniture? That becomes a particular layout. Okay. Then you change the whole structure of the room and change the furniture all around, then you have a completely different layout. So similarly over here, these are the panes, they are arranged like this, then it's a default layout. But you don't want some panes, you have taken away some panes, and you left the panes and you have put it wherever you want, that's a different layout. Okay, so first let's start looking into these layouts and the panes. Okay, so just ignore this one. So let me remove the scripts. So let me create the scripts. How do we create the scripts? Okay, first how do I open this VueGen? Okay, simple. Okay, so go to start window, okay, then go to all programs. If you have a latest version, you have Micro Focus over here. If you have an old version installed, then you have HP software here. Okay, by now all of you I think would have installed this tool. Okay, so it's at different points of time, different people have contacted me because of the installation issues, but most of the issues I think would have been resolved by now. Okay, so click on virtual user. Okay, so this is how you can open the virtual user gen or VueGen. Okay, virtual user generator or VueGen. You see, as I've told you, this is a pane and this is a pane. Okay, so somehow this is little messed up. Okay, anyways, so click new script. How can I create a script? Okay, so we know we need a script, and VueGen is to create the scripts. Okay, create the script and select web HTTP HTML, and then because my application is a HTTP HTML protocol, so that's why I've selected web HTTP HTML, and then now create a script name. I'll say my first script. Okay, my first script. Wonderful. My first script. Select other than the C folder. Okay, it's just a suggestion. Okay, because more you fill the C folder, the slower your system becomes in general. Not only with the scripts, but anything. So that's why people don't put anything on the C drive, because they don't want it to slow down the system. Okay, that's a general suggestion, but has nothing to do with performance testing. Okay, click on create. You see, my first script is created. My first script is created. Okay. So let me arrange these panes. It got messed up yesterday. I was just playing around, and then the whole thing got messed up. Okay. So let me bring up my Solution Explorer. Okay. Wonderful. Let me bring up my output pane. Okay. So there you go. This is one pane, this is one pane, and this is another pane, and this is another pane. So you don't like this pane, pull out this pane and put wherever you want. You want to put on the left hand side. If you're putting like this, it might not dock in. So what you do is you hold it and you click on the simultaneously you click on the arrow mark, or you highlight the arrow mark. You cannot click, but you can highlight the arrow mark. Automatically it will be docked in onto your left. Automatically it will be docked in onto your left. So I like it on the left hand side, so I'll be docking it on the left hand side. Okay, so this is at the bottom. Okay, so this is how you can dock in and you can play around with the panes. Okay, so this is the default layout. Default layout means Solution Explorer pane is on the left, the script is on the on the upper right, and the snapshot is on the lower right. So this is the default layout. The two layouts that I like is the default layout and the plain layout. Plain layout, I'll go and look at the plain layout when I have to only look at the script. When I have to only look at the script, I don't want anything else. So the default layout is when I wanted to look at all the things like output and my script structure and my script itself. Okay, so you can play around with the layouts a little bit so that it becomes easy for you when you're creating the scripts. Okay, but even though you don't understand anything about the layout, it is still fine. But layout is there just to make your experience better. Okay, while creating the scripts, experience better while creating the scripts. Okay, now let's go through the steps. For creating the scripts. Okay, whether it's a project or whether it is in our class, or whether it's a project. Okay, so we have to follow these steps. Okay, the first step is understanding the application under test. Okay, first thing is you have to understand your application. That is the very first step. That is the very first step for creating the script. Okay, so let's go ahead and understand my application under test first. Okay, then we'll go ahead talk about the other things. We'll go ahead and talk about the other things. Okay, so first things first, I have to start the server. For my application, there is a server. I have to start the server. Okay, go to HP software, go to HP LoadRunner. Okay, and here you have something called samples. Okay, then you say start HP Web Tools server. Start HP Web Tools server. For making my life easy, what did I do is I right clicked and I have sent it to my desktop. I've sent it to my desktop. Since I've sent it to my desktop, this link, I'll be able to see that on my desktop. There you go. That's there on my desktop. Okay. So just double click on it and you'll be able to start the server. For some people, it will come and it will go away. Whoever having issues, what the next step that you can try is right click on this and run as administrator and just say yes. Okay. Then it will work. So you can try these tricks. If it's not working for you, what do? Right click on it and you say run as administrator. If nothing is working, so I'll send you a document which will help you. Okay, this document is prepared by a dear student of mine. Okay, so she has took a lot of pains and efforts to create this document. Okay, so in case nothing is working out, so it's most likely because of issue with the port. Okay, so it's a student called Sneha. Okay, Sneha. So she's the one who has created this that document, wherein if you have issues with the ports with the applications, you'll be able to resolve it. Okay, so nothing is working out. Double click and you're not able to open this command window, or right click and run as administrator. Even then this command window is not working. Then just let me know. I will forward that document to you and you will be able to resolve the issue. Okay. Now the server is running. What does this mean? The WebTools Apache server is started or it is running. Okay. Now you have the capability to start. Using the application. You have the capability to start using the application. Every application has a URL. So is our WebTools application. Okay. So let's look at the application. You see HP WebTools application. You click on that and that's the URL. Okay. So for the future purpose, what I would suggest is bookmark this. Okay. For the future purpose, bookmark it so that you will be able to see it from the bookmarks. You see, I have bookmarked it. I clicked on it. I have bookmarked it. Okay, so in case next time around you wanted to see this application, every time you need not have to go to all programs and then HP software, HP Web Tools, and then go to samples web and then click on HP Web Tools application. You need not have to do it. Just click on this Web Tools and you will be able to access this application. Or you copy this URL, put it somewhere else so that you will be able to access the application. Okay. The default username password is Jojo and Bean. Okay. So I'm putting this username and password in my class notes or the running notes. Okay. So default username and password for the WebTools application. Okay. In case you want it, you can always get it from here. That's a username and that's the password. Okay, that's a username and that's a password. It's case sensitive, guys. Okay, so you'll be able to log into the application. There are only a handful of tabs, but you can do a hell lot of learning from this. Okay, lots of learning you can do. And again, I'm telling you, you can become strong. With scripting. Okay, only if you practice on multiple applications. Okay, I can keep giving you. Okay, I can keep giving you as many applications as you want for practice. Okay, finally, what is the agenda? Okay, if you follow the class and explore all the assignments, then you can become super good with scripting. This is something which I can challenge, guys. This is something which I can challenge. Okay, so I get not just following what's there in the class, but you want to practice with a lot of assignments. Keep asking for assignments, and I'll keep giving the assignments, and then you can become really good. Okay, so this is one more plan I have, but I don't know if I will implement in this batch or next batch. All the scripting assignments or projects I'm trying to record. I'm trying to record, okay, so that you can refer as I'm doing the assignments. I'll try to record and do the assignments and give the recordings to you, so that in case if you find any challenge, you can go back to the recordings and you can look it up and then you can practice. Okay, either I will create a document or I'll do a recording, so that you know the scripting challenge is there and the relevant this thing is there. Okay, so it is all available for you guys. Krishna, keep asking assignments. All the scripting assignments I try to record. Okay, so Krishna will record. We will discuss that offline. I didn't get that part. I didn't get that part. Okay, so yeah, I think you have copied, or I don't know. Okay, so the URL again. I'm putting this URL in this particular running notes or the class notes. You can get the URL from here. Okay, you can get the URL from here. Okay, so Lashim, it's there in the running notes. You can get it from there. Okay, so okay. Now this is a very simple application. Let's see what we have in this application. Just click on the flights button. You'll be able to book the flights. Okay, select the flight that you wanted. Okay, whichever the flight, departure date, and select the coach. Select the seating preference. If you're traveling in the flight for the first time, maybe you wanted to book a window. That's what I've done the very first time I've traveled. Okay, so if you're rich, you can book a business coach. Okay, so there are there are how many flights? There are 4 flights which are going from London to San Francisco. San Francisco, they popularly call it as SFO. Okay, so it's a nice place. I lived there for quite some time. I really like this place. Okay, you can select the flight, whatever the flight, click on continue, and then enter your payment details. Okay, so enter any dummy credit card number. Okay, it will take any credit card number and any expiration dates. Click on continue, and you see, thanks for booking the flights. Okay, from London to San Francisco. So itinerary, it can show you all the flights that you have booked. Okay, so the one that I've just booked will be at the last, which you can see, London to San Francisco. Okay, so Yoya Jojo Bean. Okay, so this is the time on which I have booked the flight. Okay, so you wanted to cancel the flight, click on the flight that you wanted to cancel and you say cancel, checked. So the flight is cancelled. Now you can sign off. Now you can sign off. Now you can sign off. So it's a simple thing. It's a simple application. Okay, so whatever you wanted to cancel, you just try to cancel that, and that's it. Okay, and sign off. So it's a simple application though, but you can practice, you can learn a whole lot of things. You can learn a whole lot of things. Okay, now guys, so that is my application under test. So that's very simple. Okay, that's my application under test, and it's a web tools application. Okay, it's a web tools application. So the first part is done. We have understood the application. Now the second part is, when it comes to VGen, the second part is recording various transactions using the VGen. Recording various transactions using the VGen. Okay, we'll start doing it. Okay, but before we start recording the stuff, we'll try to understand something called protocol advisor. Okay, so we'll get to that. Hang on, guys. Okay, so Now you see, let me delete that one. Okay, so if I wanted to delete a script, right click on it and you say remove. Okay, it will just remove the script. It will just remove the script from your view, which means that you will be able to add that script back. You will be able to get that script back. Okay, my first script. You see, my first script. You see, you'll be able to get the script back. Okay, so you wanted to delete the script, you wanted to delete it completely. You check that point and you say yes, it's gone. Okay, it's gone. You see, if you wanted to add that script, existing script, okay, it will not be there. Okay, you see, it's not there. It's not there. It's not there. Okay, so yes. So guys, if you delete it, it's gone forever. Now let me add the script. I'll create this script called my first script again. Okay, my first script again, and then let me create a folder here for scripts. Okay, okay, so let me create this my first script. Okay, let me create the my first script. Now where is the location of the script? If you want, at any point of time you wanted to look at the location of the script, right click on it, click on the properties, and then there is one more pane which shows up, which is a properties pane. Okay, how did I pull this property pane? Right click on it and click on properties. I have got to this properties pane. Okay, now you see the language, it is in the C language. We have discussed that time and again that the programming language which the region uses underneath is the C language, and name of the script is my first script, and the protocol is web HTTP HTML. And where is the location? It is there in D, Isha Training batch October 30. In scripts, in the location called scripts, you have this my first script. Okay, let me go to this location. Okay, you see D folder, Isha Training batch October 30 scripts, and you see my first script. So my first script is a folder or a file. When I created this my first script, is this a folder or a file? Guys, can you see that? Is that a folder or a file? Can you please check and let me know? I want to hear from all of you. Please guys, I want the responses from all of you. That's where I get the energies. Okay, so these days I'm not feeling well, I'm a little sick. Okay, but I'm pushing myself to take the class today. I need all the energy from you guys. Please respond. Okay, you see, it's a folder that is created. It's a folder that is created. It's a folder that is created. Okay, let me create another script. Right click, add new script. Okay, how can I create the script? Right click, add new script, web HTTP HTML protocol. Let me create the second script called my second script. Now in which folder it is? It's in the D folder, Isha Training Solution October 30. It's in the folder called scripts. Now a folder is created or a file is created. A folder is created or a file is created. A folder is created. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so you can go back and check. You see another folder is created. Okay, always remember, when you create a Vuegen script, it's not a file that is getting created, a folder that is getting created. And whenever I ask you to send the scripts, lot of people what they do, they double click on it, they send the script. And if you watch carefully, it's a 1 KB file, it's a useless file, I cannot do anything with that. So whenever I ask you to send the script, what you do is you have to send the whole folder to me. Okay, when I ask for the assignments and when I ask you to send the scripts, you have to send the whole folder. Okay, don't send me this whole folder called scripts or whichever the folder. Just send me this folder. Okay, whichever the script that is. You see, I ask you to send my first script, just send this script. And I ask you to send my second script, just send this script. But don't send me this whole scripts folder. That's what you will be sending. Okay, so how can you send the folder? That's the next thing. Okay, I can send a file, but how can I send the folder? Just right click on that and you say send and you say compress zip folder. Okay, then this will be compressed, and this one compressed one you will be able to send it to me. Okay, you can attach this to the email. Okay, you can attach this to the email, and you will be able to send it to me. Okay, and you should be able to send it to me. You see, you will be able to attach that. Okay, and you should be able to send it to me. Okay, so that's what I would want you to do. Okay, this is the standard step everybody goes wrong. So this is very, very important. Okay, now let's start exploring what's there in this my first script. Let's start exploring what's there in this script, or my first script, or my second script. Okay, now before I go any further, first let me delete this one. I don't need this at the point of time. If you just wanted to remove it, you can remove it, which means that the script will be still there. Okay, you see the script is still there. So which means that you can add this script at any point of time you want. Okay, you can add this script at any point of time. But if you wanted to completely delete it, select it over here and just say yes. So you see, this is gone. This is gone. Okay, now when you create this my first script, by default there are 3 actions that will be created: vUser init, action, and vUser end. What are the 3 actions that will be created? VUser init, action, and vUser end. What are these 3 actions? They are the placeholders. What all these actions, guys? What all these actions? What all these actions? Okay, actions. There are 3 actions that will be created: vUser init, okay, action, and vUser end, and user end. Okay, these are the 3 default actions that will be created. These are the 3 default actions that will be created. What are these actions used? Again, it's an interview question. Okay, you are going as a fresher to the interview. This is a 100% interview question as to when you create, what are the 3 basic default actions that will be created. Okay, if you do enough practice, you will never have to by heart it, or you will never have to do it. Okay, so what are the purpose of this one? What is the purpose of these actions? Okay, these are the placeholders for the scripts. Okay, these are the placeholders for the scripts. Okay, these are the placeholders for the scripts. Now let's see what all the people use these 3 actions in general for. What all the 3 actions these people generally use this for. Okay, they'll use this, usually you'll use this for login. Okay, login piece of code will be recorded into the user init. Okay, action. Okay, action, they will use that for some functionality, some other functionality like booking flight, okay, or cancel flight, okay, or whatever it is, whatever you want to do, that is all. And vUser init, vUser end, what do they use that for? What is they use that for? Logout. This is typically people how they use this, how they use these actions for. Login piece of code they record into vUser init, okay, and the other things like booking flight, cancel flight, and blah blah blah, they will do it in the action, and the cancel and the logout piece of code will they store it in the vUser init. This is what lot of people would do, but what I would prefer to do, okay, so watch carefully. Let's say I wanted to create a script called booking the flight. Let's say I wanted to create a script called booking flight script. What is a booking flight script? It's simple, right? From the application point of view, you launch the page. You see, you launch the page and you will log in. Then you click on the flights. You select the flights whichever you want. Okay, select the flight and then enter the payment details, and your flight is booked. Once the flight is booked, you will sign up. This is what is the functionality or the business flow for booking the flight. Okay, so for booking the flight, let's assume I'm creating this script called booking flight script for this business flow. The business flow called booking flight, for the business flow called, or the business flow called booking flight, or the business transaction called booking flight. I've created this booking flight script. Okay, so let me go ahead and create the booking flight script. How can I create? Right click on the Solution Explorer, click on Add, click on New Script, and you just say booking flight. Okay, now I have the booking flight script. For now, I'll remove this from my view. I'm not deleting, I'm just removing. Okay, I'll add that again. Okay, so what do I do for this one? By default, I have vUser init. I can't do anything about it. Okay, then I'll create an action called login. I'll create an action called booking flight. Okay, I'll create an action called logout, and then vUser end however I have. user end however I have it. So this is what I follow in my classes. But if you wanted to follow this structure, nobody is stopping you. There is nothing like good, nothing bad. Okay, both of them will work. Both of them will work. Login, you can put it in the user init. Logout, you can put it in the user end, and everything else. Like we are creating the booking flight right now. So booking flight piece of code, you can put it in the action. But what would I do? Okay, user init, I'll keep it dummy. I'll keep it completely empty. User end, I'll keep it completely empty. I'll create an action called login. I'll record the login piece of code into this login. I'll record the booking flight piece of code into this, and I'll record the logout piece of code into this logout. Okay. Watch carefully what I have to do. Now I have to have 3 actions. The 3 actions other than the action that I have, these 2 actions, I want 3 more actions which I wanted. Okay. Right click, create on the actions. Again, if you right click on the script, there are completely different options it will show up. There are completely different options it will show up. So a lot of students will be asking me, I have right clicked Kumar, I'm not able to see anything. I cannot see create action. You are not supposed to right click on the script, you are supposed to right click on the actions. You right click on the actions and you say create new action. And what is the first action I need? Login. So let me create login. Okay, bang on. You have the login action. Are we good? No, I want a booking flight action as well. So right click, where do you right click? On the script or on the actions? Where do you right click? On the script or on the actions? I want the responses, guys. I want the whole class to respond. Okay, this looks simple, silly and all that, but when you're doing, you will know what is the issues. You will be hung up, at certain places, and these are the places. Okay. I've been doing trainings for lots of times. Trust me, guys, what all the students have the issues, I know it. Okay, so login, booking flights, and finally I have the logout. Okay, right click, create actions, logout. What do you want? Yes. So just give me one moment, guys. Pencil. Just give me one moment, guys. I'm sorry about it. This is where.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Now we have all the actions that we want. You see, user init, login, booking flight, and logout. So I don't need this action called action. I don't need this action called action. You can delete at any point of time. You can delete at any point of time. Now you see, you have user init, login action, booking flight, logout, and user end. So this is what we want. And you will start realizing that you can right click and you can rename or you can delete this action. Okay, right click and delete this action. Okay, same thing with the booking flight as well. But if you realize that you right click on the user init, the delete and rename action are disabled, which means that you cannot delete the user init or you cannot rename the user init. Same thing with this one. Same thing with the user init. Okay, as long as you are aware of this, this is good. Okay, let's say at this point of time, you want to customize this business flow and you wanted to add the cancel flight as well. You wanted to add the cancel flight as well. Okay, so you can add the cancel flight action as well here. Okay, you can add the cancel flight action as well. So let me add the cancel flight action. Right click and you say cancel flight action. Okay, cancel flight action. Now you tell me, is this flow correct? Is this flow correct? You see login, booking flow, logout, and cancel flight. Is this flow correct? I want the answers from all of you. Okay, that's not how it should be. Login, booking flight. After the booking flight, you have to have the cancel flight and then the logout. So this action should move up. So right click and you say move up. Okay, click on OK and then it will be moved up. Now you see, right click. What did I do? What did I do? Right click and you say move up or move down. Move up or move down. Move up or move down. Okay. So this is what it is. So you can do whatever you want with the actions. You can play around with the actions. But again, I'm telling you, if you just watch this carefully, if I double click on the login, login, you see multiple tabs are over here. Can you see all of you? There are multiple tabs. Each tab belongs to a script. Okay. So first let's look at the login. Double click on login. You see the login action. The login action is highlighted. Login action is there in where? In the booking flight script. In the booking flight script, you have the login action, and you see what is the extension of it. Can somebody tell me what is the extension of it? What is the extension of it? What is the extension of it? I wanted to hear from all of you. It's a .c file. Okay, that's one more confirmation that your scripts are using C programming language. Yes, your scripts are using C programming language. You see, this is what it is. And what does that star means, guys? What does that star means? You see that star is not there for booking flights. The star is not there for logout.c. Star is not there for cancel.c. Yes, it is not saved. So go ahead and save it. Go ahead and save it. Okay. Now you see the star disappears and the save button becomes disabled. Okay. So you see all of them you'll be able to see. You see I have how many scripts, how many actions, login, booking flight, cancel flight, logout. You'll be able to see all of them. Okay. If something is accidentally closed, so come back over here, double click on it, you will be able to open it. Okay, something cancel flight is accidentally closed or you purposefully closed it, you wanted to look at it, double click on it and you will be able to see the cancel flight. But can you see these scripts are empty, right? The scripts are empty. Okay, can you see that? All the scripts are empty or all the actions are empty. I shouldn't say the word scripts. Okay, so I'm sorry about that. I should have said actions. Okay, this is one script. In script you have all these actions. So each and every action is empty. Just by creating the name called login, not log into the application. The corresponding code should be over here. Just by naming an action called booking flight, it will not be able to book the flight. You have to have the corresponding piece of code over here. Okay, at this point of time, every script is empty. At this point of time, every script is empty. Okay, so I'll take a break now. When I come back, there's a lot of interesting aspects. Expect the class to go a little longer today, 15 minutes more. Okay, and I will review the assignments of the class is done. Okay? And whoever is coming for my offline classes or the classroom classes, okay, please plan to be there by 10:45 sharp. Okay, for my offline classroom classes, okay, it's an Amirpet. Please plan to be there by how much time? 10:45. Okay, thank you guys. I'll stopping the recording and putting you on mute. So guys, are you able to hear me? Are you able to hear me? Okay, wonderful. Thank you. So we have Phil, CJ, Kira, Kiran, Kaushalya, Krishna Prasad, Lashim, Meli, Naresh, Rahul, Rupar, Samir, Satish, Shraddha, Shiva, Susi, Srivalli, Sumati and Ikram. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, so just going through who all are there in the class. That's it. Yeah, so this is what it is, guys. So far we are over here. Okay, so we were talking about the different actions and how we can use the actions and what is that we can look into it, or what is that we can do with the actions. Okay, that's what we have discussed so far. Okay, and we have realized that all these actions are empty at this point of time. It has no significance. Okay, now if you wanted anything to be done over here, okay, the relevant piece of code needs to be added. Okay, so before going there, I'll tell you. Okay, so I'll do something and let's see what happens. Okay, so let me add a comment called this is my first script. Okay, this is my first script, and you see there is a star over here. Let me save this. Okay, now let's go to this folder. Okay, let's go to this folder. Watch this carefully. Okay, so where is this script stored? In the D Isha Training Batch 30 in the scripts. Okay, so let's go to the script. Okay, you see D Isha Training Solutions 30 and scripts. Okay, and this is what booking flight script. Okay, so open the booking flight script, and what I have done, I have added a certain line, I have added a certain comment in a script called login script. Okay, so let's go back and look at here this login.c file. I'm looking for the login.c file. Okay, so If you watch carefully, okay, let me filter it based on the type. Okay, these are all the C files. These are all the C files, and you see there is a login.c file. You see, this is the C file, and the script name is login. You open, okay. Yeah, thanks Sumati, it is getting recorded. Okay, so and you see, I've opened the script, okay, in the notepad file. I've opened the script in the notepad file, and you see your script is using C programming language. This is my first script. And is that what we have in the script as well? That's what we have. Okay, so you can open this in a notepad file as well. In a notepad file as well. You see your script is using programming language and C programming language, and this is my first script. You can clearly see that. You can clearly see that. Let me do a word wrap. Okay, let me do a word wrap. Okay, yeah, yeah. And you can see whatever the comments that you have put from the front end, whatever the comments that you have put from the front end, okay, this file is changing. Okay, the file, you see, whatever is there in the file, that's what it is. Okay, you can open this file in the Notepad++ as well. You can open this file in the Notepad++ as well. So most of the performance testers use Notepad++. So what I would want you to do today is, install this Notepad file++. Install Notepad++. Install software called Notepad++. How? Simple. Okay, go to Google and you say download Notepad++. Okay, so this is the first one. The current version is 7.6. Click on that and you will be able to download it from here. You'll be able to download it from here. It's a small file. It doesn't take too much time to download and install. It hardly takes few seconds. Okay, it hardly takes few seconds. Mostly your system might be 64-bit. Mostly your system might be 64-bit. So then you go ahead and install this one, 64-bit. Okay, so if your system is 32-bit, you can go ahead and install this. But most likely your system is 64-bit. You can go ahead and install this one. So Kumar, I don't know my system is a 64-bit or 32-bit. How do I figure out? Simple. Go to my computer, right click, go to properties, and it will show you if it's a 64-bit operating system or 32-bit operating system. You will be able to figure it out from here. You see system type, mine is 64-bit, and most likely yours will be 64-bit as well. So just download. So download this one and install. It's hardly 4.6 MB file. So it doesn't take too much of time to download and install as well. Okay, but very, very, very important for the performance tester. Okay, so install this one. So going forward, I'll not be using Notepad++. I'll not be using Notepad++ even for my running notes and all that. I'll be using what? Sorry, I'll not be using Notepad. I'll not be using Notepad. I'll be using Notepad++. I'll be using Notepad++ for all my work. Okay, so any performance tester is supposed to do it. So today I'll start using the Notepad++ from today. Okay, so whatever the running notes I've copied or I've put it in the Notepad file, now I've copied it into my Notepad++. Okay, so this is what it is. So today this is the running notes for today. So going forward, let's use Notepad++. Now I've opened this login.c file in the Notepad++. You see, whatever you are able to see in the script, whatever you have typed it in the script, that's what is been copied into this login.c file. Okay, I'll make one more change. I'll make one more change to this booking file. Okay, so I'll add a piece of code to this booking. This is booking flight script. Okay, I've added a small comment called this is booking flight script. I've saved it. Now I'll go to this booking flight. I'll go to this script called. I'll go to this action called. booking flight.c, and let's see what happened at the back end. Okay, you see, double click on that and you see. Okay, let me open this in Notepad++, and you see this is booking flight script. So basically, whatever you do on this script here or whatever is there in this action file, okay, that will be copied into this .c file which is behind the scenes. Okay, and vice versa is also possible. You type something over here that will reflect in the VHL. Okay. From the booking flight.c file. Okay, so let me save that. Now you come to the viewgen, you see the same command is added over here. Okay, so basically what is happening behind the scenes, whenever you add something over here, that relevant file is getting updated at the backend. The relevant file is getting updated at the backend. And this main file, which is the booking flight, okay, which is a virtual user generated text file, will make use of all these files. Okay, it is not making use of this 2 KB file, it is making use of each and every file over here, and then it is showing that stuff to you from the front end page. So whatever the script that you are writing, it is not just stored in this booking flight file. It's not just stored in this booking flight file. No, it is stored in all the files which are there over here. Depending upon what work you are doing, that relevant file is getting updated, and then once you double click on it, it will make use of every single file over here. And it's opening. Shraddha, I would want you to create this file for yourself. I want you to create this script for yourself and do all the research that I do. Okay. Now you see, I'll tell you later on what is this globals.h file is about. Okay. Now you see, okay, I'll adding this comment called this is for storing variables. Now I have saved this. What is this file? Globals.h file. Now behind the scenes, this globals.h file is there. Okay, you can open that in Notepad++. You see, this is for storing the variables. So basically what happening, whenever you are updating certain stuff over here, the relevant files at the backend will gets updated. Relevant files at the backend, it could be this file or this file, depending on what file it is, what is that you have updated, the relevant file gets updated over here, and then this file will make use of all these files and show the script to you. So this is the reason why when you just send me this file, I'll not be able to see anything. You have to send the whole folder. Okay. So this file will make use of every single file over here, and then we'll be able to show the script to you. So this is the point which I was trying to make. I hope you have understood that point. Any doubts over there? Shraddha, but you still want it, I can send it. It's just a script. Okay, anybody can create it. Okay, this should not be a problem. Okay, so any doubts? Any doubts so far? Okay, so today's assignment. Okay, we are not done yet, but whenever I remember I'm giving the assignments. Okay, so today's assignment, okay, or homework or assignment, whatever you say, install Notepad++. Okay, so every performance tester needs to have that particular Notepad++. Okay, and second thing is create a script and create multiple actions. Okay, same actions, login, okay, logout, okay, create script, book flight, and cancel flight. Okay, create these actions, put them in order, and also make some changes from the front end and see how the files are getting affected. Make some changes from the script over here from the front end, okay, and see how the relevant files are getting affected on the script. Relevant scripts, relevant effects, or relevant changes, how it is affecting these files, I would want you to observe. So that's the assignment for today, guys. Okay, very, very simple assignment, hardly will take 5 minutes. Okay, hardly will take 5 minutes. So looking into this running notes for the assignments, guys. Now it's all done. Okay, so we have understood the basics. We don't have any script. Okay, these are some unnecessary comments. I'm deleting all these comments. Okay, so only I can explain the concept. That's why I've added the comments, but it's totally irrelevant at this point of time. Okay, wonderful. Okay, guys. Now the next step. Okay. We can use it. I don't want to use it, but if you really wanted me to use it, Phil, I'll use it. But in the real-time projects, I've never used it, and most of the performance testers won't use it because the flexibility is little less, as you can see. Okay, but if you wanted to use it, nobody will stop. Okay, yeah. Most of them, not only you, most of the performance testers, they just keep it double. Okay, that's what I've observed. That's what I've watched. Later on, I kind of figured out that, because the flexibility is less, that's the reason why the people do it. Okay. Okay, so guys, we haven't started recording yet. Okay, before starting recording, there are a few more concepts which I wanted to explain. Okay, today I wanted to wrap it around 8:30 itself. Okay, so that is the reason why I don't want it to start recording today, or I'll just start recording just to show what recording is. Okay, but that's about it. Okay, but but before getting to that, there is a very, very important topic that I wanted to cover. Okay, watch carefully here. If you know C programming language, okay, so can somebody tell me, if I wanted to print something to the output, okay, print something to output, okay, print something to the output log, which function we'll use? Guys? Which function we'll use? Okay, if you want to print something to the output, okay, printf. Okay, if somebody doesn't know C programming language, it's totally fine, not an issue. Okay, somebody who doesn't know C but are familiar with Java programming language. Okay, so if you want to print something to the output log, which function you will use? If you want to print something to the output log, which function you will use? Wonderful, Sumati, wonderful. I'm impressed. Okay, system.out.println. Okay, system.out.println. Okay, so in vuser or in vugen, okay, in vugen, okay, any idea which function we'll use for printing out the output? Okay, which function we'll use to print out the output? Millie is already practicing, that's the reason why she could say lr underscore output underscore message. Make sure the color changes. Okay, if I wanted to print something to the output log, this is what it is. What is the output log? So you see, this is where my output log is. Okay, if something output log is not showing up over here, not an issue. Click on over here and you say, where is my output? Can you see output here? Yeah, you see output log. You see output replay log. If you want to print something into this output replay log, you have to use this lr output message. Why? We'll discuss that later. Why? We will discuss that later. Okay. So you say output replay log. You have to use this function. You have to use this function. Now, guys. Now, this is something which I want you to do in the long run. Okay. In case if you are taking PT seriously. Okay, what is that? Learn Java, not to an extent wherein you have to create programs. No, not required. But understand the OOPS concepts, how Java is working. Okay, so you need not have to create programs, but any performance tester needs to know Java, the concepts, and one database. Okay, one programming language you need to know. Okay, one programming language. This is in the long run. Okay, this is in the long run. Okay, if you wanted your life and career to be in performance testing, okay, you need to have one programming language, and I strongly recommend Java and one database. Okay, is it mandatory? No. Everybody in performance testers in the industry is doing it? No. Maybe only 5 to 10% of performance testers know Java. But if you want to become a good performance tester, I would strongly recommend learning Java. Not to an extent wherein you create programs, master and all that, but just to know the concepts, how the things works, and then learn Oracle database. Okay, again, need not have to create queries and then become an admin and all that, but just understand the architecture of Oracle, how the Oracle database works, okay, and all that. Okay, so this is what I want you to do in the long run, probably 1 year from now, 2 years from now, and all that. Once you get a job in performance testing, or you already got a job in performance testing, this is how your focus should be. Okay, so take the Java classes immediately. Okay, just listen to the classes. Just listen to the classes, and there are YouTube channels running these Java classes and all that. Okay, no, and all that. Not Melly, try to understand this. This is for the long run. This is for the long run once you get a job in performance testing. Okay, so this will help you because there is something called performance engineering, and you want to become a good performance engineer. These are the two things that you need. Okay, in the long run, probably like, maybe 1 year from now, 2 years from now, once you're totally comfortable with the tool, this is what your plan should be. The agenda is you want to become a performance engineer. Okay, I've already given you the ladder, right? Performance tester, then performance test lead, and then what is your ladder? Then performance engineer, then capacity planner. Okay, so this jump is tough. Performance lead, testing lead to performance engineer, and it is possible only if you can do these things. If it's possible only if you can do these things. Okay, so if you are serious, promptly at some point of time start learning it. Then you'll start realizing that, oh, performance engineering is not tough. Okay, anyways, so since the point has come, okay, since there's a term called Java that has come, I thought I'll just let you know. Okay, because I wanted you, some of them, to, they don't know the roadmap. Okay, so for them I'm just laying out the roadmap. That's it. Okay, but just ignore it if you think that I just wanted to be a performance tester, I don't care about the remaining things. Don't even worry about these two things. Don't even worry about these two things. Yeah, but for learning Vuegen, C is important. Yeah, if you want to become a performance tester, little bit of C is good. Okay, but you are doing a performance tester and you don't want to be performance tester forever. At some point of time you want to become a performance engineer, then this is how you should be. That's the first step. That's the first step. Anyways, that's my take on that. Now, where are we? LR output message. If I wanted to output anything to my output replay log, anything to my output replay log, I have to use LR output message. Wonderful. Okay, let me comment out everything here. Let me comment out everything. Okay, so let me add this to my running notes. Now, going forward, I'll be using completely my Notepad++ for everything. Okay. So let me save this as running notes, or class notes or running notes, however you want. 11/16/2018. Okay, so wonderful. Now come back here. So why I have mentioned this LR output message? Watch carefully. LR output. Okay, LR output underscore message, and you have typed the LR function. Okay, by the way, this is called an LR function. By the way, we call this as LR function. Okay, so now, if you have typed the LR function correctly, the color will change. Okay, the color will change. Instead of small e, if you type the capital E, did you see the color changed, guys? Did you see the color changed? Do you see the color changed? No, the color has not changed. Okay, the color should be the red. What is this? Is this red or orange? I have the issue with the colors, guys. Is it red or orange? Can somebody please tell me? Yeah, it's funny. You might laugh at me, but it's totally fine. Okay, but I have the issue with that. Okay, especially this color. Okay, so most of you are saying orange. Yeah, so you see the color has to be changed to orange. If you type the function correctly, the color should change to orange. Instead of small e, if you type capital E, it is staying still black. Okay, so watch carefully here. When I started writing the function, it started with black. Okay, it's still starting with black. Okay, you see black. LR output, it's still black, and you see message. Okay, so you see it is still black. As soon as I type E, then you have typed the right LR function and the color changes. And the color changes, which means that color changes from black to orange, which means that you have typed the function correctly. You have typed the function correctly. Now, watch carefully. Instead of a small r, I have typed capital R. What is the color, guys? What is the color? I want to hear from all of you. It's silly questions, I know, but I need that energy. Some of them might not know. That's the reason why I'm asking. Okay, so it is black. Okay, if you're lazy typing BLACK, you can just say BC or BK. I understand. Okay, so shorthand, longhand, they say, right? You can do that. Okay, so you see, now you type small r, small l, now the color is changed. So with this little experiment, what can we conclude? With this little experiment, what can we conclude? Okay, C programming, everything that you do is C programming language, right? C programming language is case sensitive or case insensitive? Case sensitive or case insensitive? Case sensitive. Case sensitive. Okay, so which means that instead of small r, small l, if you're typing capital L, then it will not even recognize that function. So it is case sensitive. Okay, always remember that. So 70% of the programming issues that you see in LoadRunner, it is because of this case. You think you are typing it correct, but instead of small I, you put a capital I and all that, it's gone. Okay. Now you see LR output message. Okay, whatever you wanted to output, you can type here. And every instruction, this is an instruction. Okay, every instruction should end with a semicolon. Every instruction with end with a semicolon. Why? Because that's how C programming language is, and that's what we call it as a syntax. Okay, syntax is there are particular rules in way that you can create the code. The first rule is every instruction should end with a semicolon. Only then your computer can understand that this is one instruction, and after that there is a second instruction, and after that there is a third instruction. Okay, if you are not ending with a semicolon, it doesn't know where the instruction has ended, and it will not be able to run the program for you. Okay, so if I have to speak with you, there is something called grammar. Only if I follow the grammar, you will be able to understand. Similarly, if I have to write a piece of code, there is something called syntax. Only if I follow the syntax, then my Vusion will be able to understand, or the compiler in Vusion will be able to understand. Okay, to be specific, the compiler in the Vusion will be able to understand the instructions. Okay, now I'll write a very simple comment. Okay, now we are in login action. Okay, now we are in login action. Okay, now I'll go to the booking flight. I'll go to the booking flight and I'll write the same piece of code, LR underscore output underscore, okay, message. Color has changed. Color has changed. What is the mistake? What is the mistake? Quickly you should be able to figure out. Okay. Okay. That's it. The color has changed. Wonderful. Okay. We are in booking flight action. Okay. I'll copy that same piece of code. Okay. No, let me type it. Okay. LR underscore output. I could remember only this far, and after this I could not remember the function. We are not robots. We can't remember all of that. Okay. So I could remember only this far. I could not remember beyond that. Then you can say control space. Okay. Then it will show you all the LR functions which starts with LR underscore output. Then you can select that one. You can select that one. It will type. Okay. Syntax is like that. Okay. You have to follow the syntax. Now we are in cancel flight action. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. So we'll now finally log out. Okay. So I could remember only LR. After that, I don't remember any of it. Now, what do I do, guys? What do I do? I can't remember the next piece of code. What do I do? What do I do? Control space. Control space. Control space. It will show you all the functions which starts with LR. Okay. Search for the function that you wanted. You see LR output message. Double click on it, and you'll be able to pick it up. Okay. You'll be able to pick it up. Okay, wonderful. Okay. Now watch carefully, guys. Watch carefully. Watch carefully. There are two ways, there are two modes. Now the script is ready. Okay, there's not much, but there's a script that is ready. Okay, our first script is ready. Let's go ahead and execute it. Let's go ahead and execute the script. Okay, execute the script. There are two ways you can execute the script. There are two ways you can execute the script. One is step-by-step mode. One is step-by-step mode, and the other one is continuous execution. Okay, continuous execution. There are two ways that you can execute the code. There are two ways that you can execute the code. One is step-by-step and one is continuous execution. So now I'm going to show you step by step. At later point of time when it's required, I'm going to show you the continuous execution. Okay, now we'll go step by step. For step by step, you can click on this one over here. This is a very, very important pane, guys, or important line, or whatever you call it. Okay, bar. Okay, it's a very, very important bar. Okay, most of the things that you want are available in this bar, especially the regularly used ones are these four ones. What is this? Recording options, record, compile, run step by step, and continuous run. Okay, and then the layouts, and then the snapshot. Okay, so these are the regularly used ones, guys. Again, I'm going through. Okay, recording options, record, compile, run step by step, continuous execution, layouts, and snapshot. Okay, these are the ones that we will be using regularly. Now we'll go do the step by step execution. Okay, so I'm not going to explain what is step by step. As I'm executing, you will automatically understand what is step by step. As I'm executing, you will automatically understand what is step by step. Okay, so you have created a script. You have created a very small script. Why do we create a script? Why do we create a script? So that you will have an output. Any script is created or any program is created so that you have an output. Okay, any program is created, you have an output. The reason why is you want an output. Otherwise, there is no reason why you create a script or a program. There is no reason why you create a script or a program. To have an output, you have to execute the script. You have to execute the script. Otherwise, there is no way you can have the output. Okay, so that is what I'm trying to do. So to execute it, there are two ways, step by step and continuous. I'm going to do step by step. So first click on execution. Hang on, guys. Let me stop the execution. Okay. Whatever I'm doing, just ignore it. Okay. So you see, okay. Now I want to hear from you, right? Hear from you guys. If I start executing, which action will be executed first? Which action will be executed first? Different people have different opinions. Let's go ahead and see it with our own eyes. You see, the first action is vUser init. But do we have anything inside that? No. What is the return 0? Return 0 means the action is successfully executed. Okay, you see it is successfully executed. Now, after vUser init, what is the next action? After vUser init, what is the next action? The login action. Okay? Wonderful. And as soon as I execute this piece of code, see what happens. The yellow mark says where you are executing. Okay? Where you are executing. The yellow mark says where we are executing. As soon as I execute here, you see in the output replay log, see if there is any changes. You see, now we are in the login action. Is that what we wanted it to print out? Yes, that's exactly what has printed out into my output replay log. You see output replay log, you will be able to see it. In case if you are not able to see this output pane, this is the pane, right? This is the pane. Where will you get this output pane from? View, and then you will be able to get it from here. You click on that and you will be able to see it. Or you are lazy going over here and getting it, you can get it from here as well. You click on this and it will show the output pane. You will be able to see the output pane. Where? From here. Okay, one of this. Now return 0 means it has successfully executed. You see, ending of the action, login. And it successfully started the action, printed out whatever we want and ended. Okay, so now after login, the next action is booking flight. I should have asked which action, but I've continued to execute. Yeah, booking flight action. Okay, now you see it will execute this instruction. What does this instruction saying? Print out this value into this output replay log. Okay, let me see it will print it out or not. Yeah, it is printing out. You see, now we are in the booking flight action. Okay, and it will clearly say which line and which file it is. It is see, you see bookingflight.c, that's the file, and line is 4. You see, that's the line. Okay, now return 0 means this particular action is executed successfully without any issues. Okay, so what is this return 0? Return 0 means action executed successfully. Okay, now if you wanted to mention that the action has not executed successfully, what would you write? What would you write? What is the piece of code that you might want to write if you wanted to say that the action is not executed successfully? Give it a guess. I know you don't know it. Give it a guess. Return what? Return what? Sumati says 1. Others? You should have an opinion, right? 0 means success. 0 means success. Rupa, it cannot be 0 because return 0 means success. -1. Okay, the answer is -1. Okay, which means that the action is not executed successfully. Okay, it will come out of the action, and while return means it is coming out of the action. It is coming out of the action, and 0 means successful. Here also return means it is coming out of the action. -1 is not successful. Now you tell me which action will be executed. Okay, looking at the booking, you have this solution explorer here. Don't think it is gone. You have the steps navigator here and this solution explorer here. We have executed user init, login, and booking flight. Now you tell me which action will be executed. Which action will be executed now? I want to hear from all of you. Which action will be executed now? Booking flight, it's already executed. It's in booking flight. Okay, let's see with our own eyes. Let's see with our own eyes. Logout is getting executed. Oh my god, logout is getting executed. Okay, after logout, what is the sequence? What is the sequence of execution? Okay, first we have user init. Okay, user init. Second, login. Okay, third, booking flight. Fourth, we were expecting cancel flight, but what got executed? Logout. Okay, so this is the sequence in which it is getting executed. Let's see. Okay, sequence of execution. Okay, now after logout, let's see what will happen. Logout, user end will be executed or cancel flight executed, we'll see. Then cancel flight is getting executed. Then cancel flight is executed, and finally user end. And finally user end. Okay, so then cancel flight and then user end. Why the tool? Okay, why there is an issue with the tool? What happened? Why? Oh my god, everybody has this why question. Because there is something called RTS. There is something called RTS. What is that RTS? Runtime settings. There is something called runtime settings or RTS. There is something called runtime settings or RTS. Okay, if you pay a little bit of attention, these settings will be applied at the runtime. Runtime means what, guys? Runtime means what? Runtime means what? Runtime means execution. Runtime means execution when you are running it. At the time when you are executing it, these settings will be applied. Okay, at the time when you are executing or when you are running the script, or executing the script, these settings will be applied. So let's look at the RTS. Double click on it and go to run logic, and you look at the sequence. Okay, first let's look at the sequence of executions of ours. Okay, this is the sequence in which it got executed. Now watch carefully. What is the settings over here? Okay, first user init is executed. Okay, user init will be is executed. Then login, that's what is over here. Okay, then booking flight. Then logout, the logout. Cancel flight. User end. Oh, now I understood. The sequence over here doesn't matter. The sequence of runtime settings matters. Okay, again I'm repeating, the sequence over here doesn't matter, the sequence of runtime settings matters. Is that true? So let me move this up. Let me move this up. Okay, click on this and you just say move up. Okay, click on this and move up and you say okay, and you see save it. Okay, now we'll go ahead and execute to see what happens. But before going ahead and seeing, let's look at the sequence of actions over here. Let me take the screenshot of this. Okay, this is the screenshot. Now let me close this one. Okay, so as per the runtime settings, what should happen? First view user init, then login flight, book flight, cancel flight, logout flight, and view user end. Let's see if that is happening. Let me do the step-by-step execution now again. Okay, first view user init, yes, wonderful, that's what is executed. Then login, wonderful, that's what is getting executed. Then booking flight, wonderful, that's what is getting executed. Then cancel flight, wonderful, that's what is getting executed. Then logout, wonderful. Finally, oh, so Kumar, now I have a doubt. I have a mischievous doubt. What if I deleted this? What if I deleted this booking flight? What if I deleted this booking flight? Let's go ahead and delete it. Okay, let's go ahead and delete it. First thing that you notice is the booking flight action is not deleted. Booking flight action is still there, but the color has changed over here. The color has changed over here, which means that it is not part of the execution. What is that? It is not part of the execution. I don't trust you, Kumar. I wanted to see with my own eyes. I totally agree. So let's go ahead and see that. Okay. I'll go ahead and see that. Let me go ahead and execute. Okay. As per the runtime settings, for first what should execute? View user init, then login. Okay. Then cancel flight. Yes. But what is there as a part of the action? Booking flight. But what is executing? Cancel flight. So it has skipped booking flight successfully. The color also is kind of mentioning that or confirming that it's not part of the execution. Okay. Then logout and then user. Oh, then runtime settings is the way to go. Runtime settings is the way to go. Okay. So what if I've added the cancel flight again? You see, right click on run, insert action, and I've added the cancel flight again and I've moved this down. Does this mean that cancel flight will be executed twice? So let's go ahead and see that. Okay, first let's take the snapshot of it. Okay, let's take the screenshot of it. Yeah, did I save it? Did I save it? Yes. I'm taking 5 more minutes of your time, guys. Okay, but it's worth it. Okay, first view user init is executed, then login is executed, then it has skipped the book flight. It has skipped the book flight because it's not part of RTS. Now cancel flight is getting executed. So cancel flight is getting executed. Okay, again you see cancel flight is getting executed. Again cancel flight. The proof is, you can see in the output replay log, now we are in the cancel flight. Again it says, you see, ending of the cancel flight, again starting of the cancel flight action, again it is printing we are in the cancel flight, which means that the cancel flight has been executed twice. Okay, then logout. What you are asking it to run? Logout, and then finally user end. Oh, Kumar, very interesting, very interesting. Okay, if I wanted to execute cancel flight 10 times, so we have to add this cancel flight 10 times. We have to add this cancel flight 10 times. Okay, we have to execute cancel flight 10 times. Do I have to add this cancel flight 10 times? No, there is another workaround. Let me delete this. Let me delete this. There is something called block. There is something called block. Insert block. Okay, again I'm telling you how to insert the block, because a lot of people will come back and ask this question. I want to insert this block in insert or run or end. No, I wanted to insert in the run. Click on run and you say insert block. Okay, inside this block there are no actions. Insert the action. Click on this no action and you say insert action, and you wanted to run the cancel flight 10 times, so add that cancel flight over here. So insert the block, cancel flight is there. Now block, double click on the block, or you say click on properties, you will get to the same place and you say 10 times. Now whatever is there in the block will be executed how much time? 10 times. Now you tell me login should be above this block or below this block. If these were real applications and this login would have really logged in, okay, login should be above this block or below this block. Yeah, above the block. move this login action above. And do we need this cancel flight again? Already this cancel flight is part of the block which will be 10 executed 10 times. So do I need this cancel flight? No. Okay. So for execution 10 times is way too much. Let me say 4 times. Okay. Now let me take the screenshot of this. Okay, let's see how to go ahead and execute this one. Okay, first user init got executed. That's what is the expectation. Then the login. That's what is the expectation that is got getting executed. Now you see cancel flight. It went into the block. In the block you said 4 times. What is there in the block? Only cancel flight. This will be executed 4 times. If you watch, you can watch it. Okay, it got completed. If you have any doubts, you can look into these comments. We are in the cancel flight. This will be printed out 4 times, which means that it has executed 4 times. Now finally there is logout and we use it. Wonderful, Kumar. So I've enjoyed looking at this. It's interesting. Okay. So where is this again? Where do you control it from? From the runtime settings, or popularly called as what? Popularly called as what? RTS. Popularly called as RTS. Okay. So here is the order of the scripts, guys. Please remember. Okay. Again, I will be repeating this order time and again as I proceed further. Okay. What is the order of the script? First, go to recording options and select the recording options. Okay. Select the recording options from the recording options. Okay. Here is the order. Select the recording options. Okay. Select the recording options. When the time is appropriate, I will tell you. Then record the script. Record the script. Okay. Then modify the settings in RTS or runtime settings. Finally, playback, or people call it as execute or run. Any of this you can use. Okay, execute or run. So this is the order that we will be proceeding. This is what, when you create a script, this is the order. When you create any script, this is the order. When you want to create a script, this is the order. When you want to create any script, this is the order. Okay, this is the order. Okay. So going forward, every day we are referring to this particular chart of selecting the recording options, record the scripts, modify the runtime settings, and playback or execute the script. Playback, execute or run the script. So this is what you will be doing day and again, day in, day out. This is what you will be doing when you want to create the script. Okay, so this is for it today. So we don't have anything more for today. Tomorrow we'll start putting some code into these actions. So far, we're just trying to understand the layout. We are just trying to understand the bone structures and all that, the power of the actions and all that. But from tomorrow, we'll start recording. When I said tomorrow, guys, it's not tomorrow, whenever the next class is. Okay, not on the weekend class, but the next class, whenever it is. Okay, so in the next week, I might take 1 day off, guys. I might take 1 day off. I don't know the exact time yet. So it is 21st. So Wednesday. For Indian students, it's Wednesday. For US students, it will be Tuesday, most likely. Okay. I'll take day off. Okay. Okay. If you're wondering what is a day off, there will not be class. Okay. No class. Okay. So I'll be taking a day off. No class on what? Okay. For Indian students, okay, this will be Wednesday. Okay. Wednesday. But most likely, I don't know yet. Okay, my schedule is not confirmed. Okay, but this is just a heads up, most likely. But you will have to hear from me again. Okay, I'll send out an email confirming the same. It could be on 21st or 22nd. So the date is tentative for me. There is a very important work. It's a tentative date. So I'm not 100% sure. Weekend will go on. Weekend already I've given you. I've already given you the timetable or the schedule for that. Okay, for US students, it is Tuesday. Okay, so this is the day I might take care. I might. At this point of time, it is tentative. Okay, so which means that I might take off. I might take off. Okay, I might take a day off. Okay, I would say I might. Okay, I'm not sure yet. The plan is still tentative, okay? But you will have to hear from me. Don't assume that it's off and don't stop attending the class, okay? It might be on. It's either 21st or 22nd, okay? Either 21st Indian time or 22nd. So either it's Wednesday or Thursday. So for now, I'm most likely it is Wednesday, but I'll let you know 100%. I'll clearly let you know one day before, okay? So this is what it is. Now I'll send you the recorded video and I will send you the running notes as well, or the class notes. But before doing that, whoever have submitted the assignments, I would like to go through the assignments in front of you. Okay, I'd like to go through the assignments in front of you. So let's see who is the first person who have submitted the assignment. Okay, so Shraddha, you are the first person. Okay, so Shraddha, are you there? I'm looking at your assignment. Are you there? Shraddha, are you there? Okay, so first let me do the assignment. Okay, so I cannot review it. First let me do the assignment. Okay, whoever wanted to know how the assignment is, please let me know, guys. I mean, this is the time to look at it, guys. Okay, so come on, what is happening? Not 8 p.m. Sunday 8 a.m. Satish, Sunday 8 a.m. Okay, so please don't get confused, guys. Sunday 8 a.m. Sunday 8 a.m. Sunday 8 a.m. Indian students. For US students, it's 9:30 EST Saturday. Okay. Yes, Shraddha. Yes. Again, I'm repeating the schedule, guys. Again, I'm repeating the schedule for Sunday class. Okay. The weekend class. Okay. For Indian students, I've already repeated. Actually, I've already typed it here. It should be there at the top of it. Actually, for the Indian students, okay. So where is it? Yeah. So this is the schedule for the weekend class. Any doubt, you can come back to this running notes and you can refer to this running notes, guys. This is the weekend class. Okay. This is the weekend class schedule. Okay. This is the weekend class schedule, guys. Okay. CHEDULE. I always go, let's go wrong there. Okay, so you see 9:30 p.m. EST Saturday night for US students. Okay, for US students. Okay, 8:30 a.m. IST for Indian students. Okay, for Indian students. Okay, so this is morning for Indian students and night for US students. Any doubt, please come back and refer to these running notes and you will be able to see that. Okay, you'll be able to see that. Okay. So let's come back to let's go back to the Shraddha's assignment. Okay. So first let me do it. Whoever wants to know how this needs to be done, watch this carefully. I am again doing it in front of you for all of you. Okay. So the purchase order. This is the transactions. This is the TPH or the transactions per hour that you have received, and these are the number of concurrent users. Okay, so we have the script execution times. We have changed the script execution times a little bit, but let's go with this one. And I think I've changed that number as well from 700 to this thing, but I don't know, but let's go with this one. Okay, so let's go with this one. Okay, so watch carefully. First, you have to break down. This is the concurrent users breakdown. Okay, this is the concurrent users breakdown. Okay, so you have total 700. So this is already broken down here. Okay, but I would like to break it down again. Okay, so how you can break it down? First you add all of them. Okay, which is 32,000. Wonderful. Okay, it is 32,000. Okay, you add all these transactions per hour. It is 32,000. How do you break it down? The TPH for the purchase order divided by the overall multiplied by total number of concurrent users. Okay, so that's a formula. Okay, so you can, the formula is not getting copied. It's fine. Again, I'll do it for all of them. Is equal to this divided by 32,000. Okay, multiplied by 700. Okay, so again, I'm telling you this divided by the overall multiplied by 700. Okay. This divided by 32,000 multiplied by 700. Since yesterday I've already done it, I'm going little fast over here. Okay, let me round it off. This is the rounded one. Okay, rounded. Okay, rounded. So round it off to the nearest integer. Okay, 262.5. You can either call it as 263 or 262 because it's exactly 0.5. This is 219 because after 0.5 you have 0.7. Okay, again 88 or 85, whatever you wanted to call it, and this is 131. Okay, so you add all of them, it should be 700, but now it is 701. So let me decrease one of them, so 87. So now you add up all of them, it is 700. It is 700. Now we have the script execution times. The next thing you have to calculate is the TPS. How can you calculate the TPS? This is breakdown. Okay, how can you calculate the TPS? Can somebody tell me, guys? How can you calculate the TPS? Can somebody tell me, please? TPS. How can we calculate? People who are there on the call. How can you calculate the TPS? Is everybody listening, guys? Are you there? Divided by 350 or 3,600?
3,600.
Yeah, wonderful. Wonderful, Shraddha. 12,000 divided by 3,600. Okay, so pull that formula to all the cells. So this is the TPS for all of them. You see, B8 divided by 3,600. This is what is, yeah, B8 divided by 3. This is 4,000 divided by 3,600. You got the TPS. Now you have N divided by TPS. What is the N? Here is the N divided by TPS is, this is the TPS. Okay, so pull this for all of them. Okay, now pacing is what? Pacing is N divided by TPS minus script execution time. Copy this formula for all of them. Okay, so this is how you calculate the pacing. How much time it has taken for me? 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes. This is just a half an hour task, but you know, people will be scared when they get into the real-time projects. Are we getting the same? 68, 63, 60, 46, 68, 63, 59, 46. Yeah, it's very close. It's very close. Good job. 59 is 60 and 46. Wonderful job. Wonderful job. But did you consider these fractions? Okay, you round it off, right? You round it off. Good job, Shraddha. So this is the answer, guys. This is the answer. This is the answer. Okay. So I'll be sending you this solved assignment as well. Okay. Solved workload modeling sheet. Okay. Workload modeling sheet. Okay. So let me put that into my this thing and I'll be able to send it to you today. Okay. So what is the documents that I have to send to you today? Hang on, let me write it down. Okay. So that I don't forget. The recorded videos. Okay. So recorded videos, solved workload modeling sheet. Okay. And anything else, and running this running notes. Running notes or class notes, however you want it to say. Okay, I'll be sending this document to you, across to you pretty soon. Okay, so it's not only Shraddha, good job. So totally you have understood the concept. Okay, so the next person who have sent the assignment is Rahul Teja. Rahul, are you there? Rahul, are you there? Rahul, are you there? So let's look at it. Oh, I like the colors. Wonderful. All I look at now is the answers, guys, you know, because we have already solved it. Wonderful, Rahul. 68, 63, 58, 59, 46. Good job, Rahul. So you got that one right. Okay, you got that right. Okay, so next we'll go and then we'll do what? Anybody else who have submitted the assignments? I don't want that one. Welcome to Postman. Okay, I don't want that one. Okay, so complete coursework, Yigram, and then Lashing. Okay, so Melly, did you send this assignment? Workload assignments. Melly, follow and you don't use the same what do you say, same email chain. Okay, because I wouldn't know what that one is for. Okay, so every time you submit the assignment, in the body of the email clearly mention what this assignment is about. Okay, only then I would know. Okay, but otherwise you're using the same chain, it becomes difficult for me. Okay, so 68, 63, 60, 45, is that what it is? 68, 63, 60, 45. Wonderful, wonderful. You are very close. Okay, so this is pretty good. Okay, it need not have to be exact numbers. Okay, so it's pretty good because the calculations you can round it off to the nearest numbers, because of which the pacing would change a little bit. This pacing, guys, whatever you have calculated is in seconds or minutes or hours. The pacing that you have calculated, is this in seconds or minutes or hours? Yeah, it's in seconds. Wonderful. So, Lashim, are you there? Lashim, are you there? Lashim, are you there? 68, 63, 59, 65. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so Lashim has done a good job as well. Okay, Lashim has done a good job as well. Now Igram, you can keep this template and start using in the real-time projects as well, right? 68, 63, 60 pots. And you guys are really good. Okay, so everybody got this one right. I just need to send that assignment back to you. Okay. So that's it for today, guys. See you tomorrow, not tomorrow, Sunday. Okay, 9:30 p.m. EST and then 8 o'clock a.m. IST Sunday, Saturday, 9:30 p.m. EST. Okay, so keep the group alive. Okay, keep adding the questions, keep asking the questions, and people who have already done it, they will respond. Or if I get a chance, I will respond. Whatever the questions that you're facing while recording and doing whatever it is, post the questions on the chat window. I mean our group, and somebody will respond if not me. Okay, somebody will respond if not me. Thank you guys. I hope you have enjoyed today's class. I'll be sending the recorded videos pretty soon. Please be there at 10:45, guys. Whoever is for the classroom trainings, please be there at 10:45. Thank you. See you around.